is ho. Oh, what's up?
No.
Welcome to Horrible Decisions.
Let's restart.
Why?
I hate
Just because
it.
you hate the song, I love it.
I hate that.
I love it. It's on my mama, bitch. I feel good. All right?
Okay, just say we want her on the show.
And her man. I want her and her man on the show. Anyways, guys, welcome to Whoreible Decisions. I'm your girl, Mandii B, a.k.a. Full Court Pumps, a.k.a. that bitch puss the hoe. What?
What's up, y'all? I'm Weezy. Welcome back to another episode. We have a guest in the building today that came highly recommended from Wolf, who's one of our engineers at WTF. And he literally was like, she gonna fit in with y'all. And I'm like, what do you mean by that?
Not the Drewski. What do you mean by that?
So we have Jody in the building. And Jody, I want to ask you, what do he mean by that?
I think he means that I'm amazing. And
Okay, that is not.
Keep cleaning it up. Yep.
Yeah, I think he means that I'm amazing. I'm honest about my experiences. And
I ain't gonna hold you, Jody.
yeah.
You sounding like the emails that we be getting when they be like, I want to come on the podcast because I'm just awesome. Me and my friends, we do cool shit. Like, I need you to really get into the shit. Why the fuck you on the podcast, girl?
Yeah. So I want to say that he probably said that I would fit in because he heard me talk about some of my stories. And he was like, wait, what? You did what?
He basically called you a whore.
Basically.
Yeah, I mean, but I call myself a whore.
I love it.
I know who I am. I embrace that. So,
What don't we all?
Now, on your platform, like you have like a sex positive platform on IG. So what kind of stuff do you do?
I am a throatologist.
Oh, girl, a what?
I be sucking dick.
Oh, so you done made up these names. Okay, so let me know all your roles. A throatologist?
Yes, I'm a throatologist.
Throatologist.
Yes, throatologist, nectrician.
What that mean? What do you mean by that?
Yeah, like I really be sucking dick. Like I enjoy it real bad.
Where'd you learn how to suck dick?
I actually studied sucking dick.
Mm-hmm.
Where? I would like to know.
Yeah, so
what university was that?
I would like to see it.
Wasn't a university, but I am a sexpert. So I went through sexpert consultants and I learned that part of it. And I also studied under Dr. Rachel's. She has a sexologist program, and I studied under her as well.
So you have a certificate, like in sexology, really? Mm-hmm. Okay, interesting.
Wait, so what's it like? Like, what's class like? Are you like on Zoom? Do you sit down? Do you have a pencil? Like, what's it like?
So
you got the banana
I have
and the
a pencil and I have my notebook, and even outside of that, I'm someone where it's like I love sex so much that I'm always studying and wanting to know more about it. So yeah,
tell me something that like while studying you were like, oh my God, never knew this.
Semen has melatonin in it.
What?
I can believe it. Puts you to sleep.
Yeah,
bitch. You swallow some nut, you be tired. You be ready to go to sleep.
So I be telling people, I be telling people, look.
How much?
Enough to put you to sleep?
I don't think so.
Hey, look,
it's traceable. So
we are sitting here thinking it's the dick putting us to sleep.
But
it's the melatonin.
It's melatonin. It's serotonin in it.
Now, what
so
does serotonin do?
Make you happy.
What, bitch? Don't do this. I don't be knowing. I'm supposed to just know what serotonin is?
It makes you happy.
Yeah. So
oxytocin makes you feel
Oxytocin, I know. I thought that one made you feel happy.
Like love. Oxytocin like release
makes you feel love. Sound crazy.
Yeah.
Oxytocin. No. Serotonin is like the happiness. That's what when you're taking any SSRIs, like a pill, it boosts up the serotonin for you. Like if you're on an antidepressant. Oxytocin is the chemical that releases when you're like feeling
happy.
When I'm getting fucked, that's how I fall in love with niggas.
Yeah, like you're happy.
I ain't got that in me. Oxytocin don't exist.
Yes, you do, babe.
Nope,
we've been on this podcast the last 3 years.
I don't have it. It's gone. I pissed it all out. God damn it. Okay, so we got all the tins in it, and then what else?
So for me, again, because I feel like when I started studying this, it made me like sucking dick even more. I'm like, oh, that's why I be so happy.
Let me get these vitamins.
Yeah,
okay.
Like for me, it's really like, you're getting like the things that you need out of semen.
Fuck the hors d'oeuvres, because I'm sure you have more. We want to know right now while we're on it. Tell me some things that are not redundant, like the twisting your hand or pressing the frenulum. Tell me some things you've learned or you do sucking dick that you know may be something we may not have seen yet?
That y'all may not have seen yet. I know for me, I like to use like my rolls on him.
Okay.
Like while I'm sucking dick.
Okay.
So like putting it like on the gooch and
Yep, the
like,
vibrating.
yeah, like
Girl, we knew that tip already.
yeah,
Girl.
I'm pretty
No,
sure
I
it's
think that we talk about vibrators, but I don't know about rose on the gooch. I haven't heard that. Have you?
Oh, well, that's just a specific toy, but it's the
Yeah.
vibration.
Well, the
like
thing
vibrating
with
on-
the
but it
rose
got the
is
suction
sucking.
too.
That's what's different
Okay.
about what you're saying.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, and it's
Okay.
focusing on sucking the gooch. That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
What
like,
niggas be doing? They be kicking and screaming?
No, like I actually just recently did it this week and it was cool. Like, and this is like someone where he a hood nigga. So he be like, no, you can't really do this. But then with that
But then
particular
do it. But then motherfucker scoop
Yeah.
and do it.
Like he definitely opened
And
his legs a
done.
little
It's a
bit.
flower,
It was-
babe.
Yeah, like I was like, no, we gonna ease into it. It was dope. It was dope.
So I'm going to go through a few things and I want you to tell me if it matters. Yes or no.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Body count.
I agree. No.
Dick size.
Yes.
Yes, here too.
Bank account.
Yes.
Yes.
Marital status.
No.
Now we the same person.
Same time. Okay, so then we got to pause there.
So let's talk about dick size.
Oh,
Actually,
bitch,
let's talk about body count
let's
for a
talk about
second.
the ring that you ignoring.
So I've recently been sleeping with someone
Uh-huh.
that I realized may be sleeping with too many other people.
Mm-hmm.
And I think his body count is actually affecting our sex life. Here's why.
Oh.
Maybe body count is too specific of like a term. However, he's been saying shit like how he tries to preserve cum and he's trying not to cum or like whatever.
I
He
need a
just
cum
wants
counselor.
What is cum
cum
canceler?
is hilarious.
That's crazy.
So he was like, yeah, I just be trying to hold it. I just trying to preserve it. And then I realized like, oh, you're fucking that many bitches. You're probably exhausted.
Yeah. Oh.
And so it's been like a common theme, right? Where like he keeps like holding it or can't or whatever. And I'm like, bitch, I know this pussy good. Starting to realize.
Interesting.
It's-
Did he share how many other women there are?
No, I didn't ask how many others,
Mm-hmm.
but I know there are others, right? And so that particular thing,
Interesting.
that hit me. I was like, that's it. Like he actually can't. He doesn't have the bandwidth. And so I realized there is a point where body count is probably too much. Like if your dick is being so spread thin, and I get it, like you're fine and it's good, that you can't fuck me the way I want to be fucked because I like the nut.
Oh, now you using the word nut. Look at you turning into me right before my eyes.
I was trying to be funny. No, but like that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to see it.
Right.
And I really like feel like that's a part of the sex that turns me on. So the fact that he can't even deliver at this point, it's kind of like,
Why
Now,
am I
but
fucking you?
I'd be curious if that's the experience though with the other partners. Like maybe it's not the body count. Maybe there's some other psychological factor keeping him from doing it, or maybe he likes to edge. Maybe not.
That's what I
maybe
was
not
thinking. Like,
coming
is he an edger?
Like he might enjoy doing that. And I know that we've talked about really,
He's out.
but we
no, you're trying to open your brain. And
no, now we're trying to open our brains.
I don't think he's that smart.
No, edging doesn't take a nigga to be smart.
No, I'm
bro.
being like very like, I'm not trying to be insulting. Like I think edging is a conscious thing that you're trying to do
facts.
in order to please yourself. And I don't believe that he's thinking that deeply.
I don't think that that's really something that takes. It's the dick.
No.
Like men are not like it doesn't take intelligence for a man to realize I like holding this
Yes,
nut.
it does. Because if you know that you're doing it for your own pleasure, like, yes.
And
Most
then
men do
also
things
you
for their
would
own
say
pleasure.
it. Like just
good point.
yeah, like
You would say it.
like men again, they're simple. So if he say like, nah, like I really like holding my nut, it don't take too much to say.
No, he's
that.
out.
Like,
But
my thing is too though. I just think that a lot of men are not honest in the fact that they have sex to please themselves. So knowing that you are really maybe sexual and you clearly want to be pleased, if he knows that this is something that isn't pleasing you, I think it would make him like stop. Like I think you have to voice it to him. Hey, I really like the action and
trust me,
act of you.
we're past
nutting.
that point. He's
He knows.
But
okay. So he
anyway,
just a hoe.
on
not
the dick
gig is
size.
up.
Where
The
is
jig is
the
up,
dick
bitch.
size mattering? How small is too small for you?
Bitch, she might like small. How big is too
No,
big?
no. I said, does dick size matter?
Yeah.
And you both said yes.
Right. So it could mean she might like
Oh, I
small
hear what
ones.
you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't feel that.
I don't like small ones.
Okay. Okay.
I wasn't taking that
Yeah,
answer.
yeah, I definitely no. That's not what I mean. I say that it matters, but it doesn't have to be the end all be all.
Okay.
So it matters only to the extent that you actually know how to use what you have. So the average dick size is 5.5 inches. That's
I don't
what,
know this average.
Yeah,
yeah,
5.5, I'm not going to front. If it's a true 5.5, it's not as bad if you know how to stroke it.
exactly.
Mm.
Because I feel like a lot of women's ideas of what a size is kind of like skewed. So if we know that the G-spot is only like 2-3 inches, and like you could technically, if that's what you want,
Yeah, because you can reach it with a finger.
exactly. Like,
Yeah.
and then if you moaning off a finger, but then you like no small dick, it's like, come on.
That's a good point.
It's giving hypocrite.
Right. Like,
Okay.
so for me, it's like and here's the thing as well. You run into someone with a big dick that don't know how to use it as well. So then
And
it's
then
like, all right. And it's like, all right, you said size matters. So it's like, if you just good with a big dick, then.
I think the big dick issue that I've realized when men don't know how to use it, because I've been sleeping with someone who has a big dick for years, right? And what I realized is more to his benefit than men that have larger dicks. I mean, have dicks his size, is he understands that long strokes can be painful.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're long stroking and you're like doing that way too much, like that, like kind of like, I need you to let the dick melt for a second. You know what I'm saying?
Let the dick melt.
For real, because if you don't like just kind of like ease into it and let someone's pussy stretch, I feel like sexy red. Then it really like can be painful. So
Yeah.
I think like now that we've even known each other for so long and been able to fuck and get it, them long strokes come right to the end, bitch. You know what I mean? Like he takes his time.
Yeah.
He's definitely slower. He pushes it. And I also know this from even fucking women. You got to almost feel a point where the pussy starts to open.
I was just fin to get to that.
Come on,
because I'm from Chicago. So
I love it. Come on, Fenty.
So a lot of people have sex before they're all the way aroused or all the way ready, right? And, you have the people out there like, no, foreplay only got to last 5-10 minutes. If you wait until that pussy is throbbing, that's when you're going to get the optimal, that's the optimal version of the pussy that you're going to get.
Right.
So why would you not want optimal pussy?
Why do you want mid pussy?
Yeah, like
I want Optimus Prime.
Exactly. Like, and it goes both ways for even men. Like, men, they be, all right, I'm hard a little bit. I'm finna like, whoa. Relax. I want your shit to be as hard as it can get.
Bruh, I feel like niggas be doing that because they're thinking they're going to get harder while they're in you. No. In fact, Optimus Prime over Amazon Prime. Not too quick.
Period.
Yeah, I want it. Period. Now, you did, getting into dating just a little bit, you said marital status does not fucking matter. Why? And what are your views on marriage?
So, just based off of what I've experienced so far, a lot of people, and it actually kind of scares me about marriage, people be marrying people they don't really like.
Valid.
They be marrying people they don't like, and then they end up cheating.
Oh, I wish I could talk about it. I've been having so many conversations with friends that are in long-term marriages.
Same.
Not even friends, but like just, it could be someone at a bar even, right? And I do feel that the common theme is they marry that person for them on paper.
Mm-hmm.
Very rarely are they talking about the way that person makes them feel or attributes that they like about them that have to do with their character.
Yeah.
But more so like, great job, great mom, great. And I'm like,
yeah.
Do you like this hoe?
Yeah. And a lot of times they don't. And I know, like, even just hearing people talk about their spouse, I'm like, oh my God, this is like terrible.
Yeah.
Like, this makes me not want to participate in a conventional version of what marriage is. Like,
have you been the side chick to a married man?
I don't accept that.
Okay.
Yeah, and by that I mean, like, all right, if we do what we do, I don't have to, you're not going to label me as your side. Like, you're not going to put that, like, we friends, and we just so happen to fuck. But
you just don't like the title of a side chick.
But here's the thing, too, like, you can't hit me up like your side chick either. Like, if I hit, like, if it just aligns and we fuck, then cool, but not like, no, oh, yeah, I'm
kind of feeling where you're going, but I want to know what you think the difference is. Do you believe? Maybe I would say side chick maybe gets like, maybe side chick gets the perks. Do you feel like you just want dick then?
Yeah. Like
Okay.
if that's just what I want, then that's just what I want. Don't try to put no label on what we.
So you
Because
don't
now
like the
you want me
label-
to have a role, and now I got like.
Okay, so
this
you'll
is
fuck a married man, but you wouldn't be in any sort of emotional connection to a married man.
Hell no.
Not even transactionally either.
Yeah.
Okay, you just gonna fuck the married man and send him on his way.
Yeah, like, and be
Okay.
cool and don't be. And I've only had sex with one married man, and this was somebody that I've known like even before he was married. It just so happened that we had sex, and then he was like hitting me up, and I'm like, whoa, wait, what are you doing? Like, this was like a one and done type thing. Like, I'm kind of, it was all right. It was fun.
Why not?
Okay.
Why not? What?
I mean, I don't want to have sex with someone married either, but I'm just like a crazy believer in karma. Like, I feel like, so just for some context that for anyone's listening, I don't know if I've ever told this story, but my first boyfriend was separated when I met him. Well, I didn't know he was married. Then he was separated, which for sure, because I had been in their home and they weren't together. But I remember while we were dating, and it's crazy, I was 18, he was 28. That's insane. But he got served divorce papers. And I remember thinking, oh, I'm like the reason for this, even though they weren't together when we met. And I had a crazy abusive relationship with him. Really bad luck. He was also a cheater. And I remember thinking, this is my karma. And maybe that's not necessarily true, but I believed that because I kept pursuing it. And again, 18, I was like, this is my fault. So if I'm engaging with this married person, I'm bound to have some fucked up shit happen in my relationship or the relationships thereafter. So it was fucking terrifying me to do it again. Now, niggas with a girlfriend, this is fucked up. Because I haven't really slept with many niggas with a girlfriend, but that to me is a little more excusable because sometimes relationships seem so like this. Marriage, I guess, in my brain is way more committal and serious. So that's why it's been my hard no.
Yeah.
Went on that rant because I'm curious to know why you would fuck them, but where the emotional comes in, like, why not just trick on a nigga?
So for me, because I compartmentalize sex in a way that it's like, if this is just what I want to do, then I'm cool with that. I think that's also where I'm cool with the out after the fact, right? Like a lot of people like, oh, well, we just did this now. Like, no, it ain't no now what, because I've accepted that this is just a sexual experience. We fulfilled a sexual human need for each other. And that's just what it was. So I compartmentalize it and it works because especially if I know where I'm at mentally and I'm not looking for anything serious anyway, why would I? Like, it don't matter.
Girl,
like,
you're the dream girl.
you're gonna cheat regardless. Like,
that's how
the only thing that's gonna stop someone from cheating is someone that does not want to cheat. It does not matter who they with, what the situation is that's going on. So it's like, all right, you didn't fuck me, you gonna fuck somebody else. Like, I don't feel no type of way about it. Also, I don't think that we do monogamy right. Like, for monogamy to be the standard, we suck at it.
We're fucking it up.
Like, we're terrible at monogamy. So maybe we need to rethink what the standard is. So
and we're doing that.
Yeah.
We're doing it like, one step at a time. I mean, there's shows now that like polyamory is being talked about more, polygamy is being talked about more, and we're seeing it more on our television screens.
That's the problem though. Because now that we're in the era of sexual liberation, people have found these different ways of relationships, and we're now all forced to think that's the standard. Like, I think that that's what's ruining dating today. It's not necessarily that people like us that may enjoy this type of relationship or a sex life can't pursue it openly. It's more that now these regular niggas that never motherfucking heard of polyamory are like, oh yeah, that's me. And
no,
so
it ain't. It ain't you. You're a liar.
Yeah, but actually a bit of me is feeling like now they're showing up a little bit more honest. I can't just be with just you. Like, I don't think they're necessarily lying. There's this umbrella term that maybe they don't fully understand that still comes with boundaries. It still comes with respecting your partner. But they're kind of leaning in more into, I can't just be with you. I'm probably going to cheat. I may have other partners I want to pursue at the same time. So this is a term that I'm hearing, and it kind of aligns with this. So let me sit here and say I'm poly. Now, I don't think everyone understands it. I don't think they know how to show up in those relationships, but it's because a lot of us have not grown up seeing it. We don't really have many examples. We're all learning it on the fly, right?
I actually, you got me thinking of something. I'm going to tell you why I don't like it. I think men are using polyamory as a way to almost cover up situationships.
I'm not mad at that.
And I tell you why. I think that polyamory, throwing that on to someone, but not, saying I'm in other relationships, basically makes it a lot easier for someone to digest that they're in a situationship with you. Because women have been hearing that. They know that that means it won't turn into a relationship. It's very loose terms. You don't know what you are, blah, blah, blah. Polyamory is like, oh yeah, you and these other people. I'm telling you right now.
But that's the issue with that is that people are referring to themselves they're labeling themselves as poly and they actually don't understand what comes with it. So if you're labeling yourself as something and you don't truly understand it, meaning that you still lying, because here's the thing, being polyamorous or polygamous or whether it be a polyfidelity situation, like whatever type of, because it's an umbrella, right? You have to be honest with whoever you're engaging with.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not being honest, you're not poly. You're just a fucking liar.
But it's why I'm not mad. but it's why I'm also not mad at, okay, if you're I don't think it's a situationship anymore. If I'm being honest with you, you are a partner to me, regardless of what the title is.
And I'm fulfilling your needs.
And here we are. I also have other people. Because let's be real, like there's a lot of women that will accept it, but a woman will put themselves with a title with a man before the man puts the title on her anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So if he's coming to you and being like, yeah, like I fuck with you, because that's all a nigga really got to say. Like, yo, I really fuck with you. But I also, I'm fucking old girl too. That doesn't mean we're in a situationship if I've expressed that I'm poly. I'm in relationships with all of y'all.
I think situationships, like maybe I said that and I want to move on from it because I feel like I want to get more into hoe shit. But situationships to me are when someone is in a relationship with someone that's not necessarily where they want it to be, but they're holding on for it to grow. And I believe men use poly in order to keep someone.
Yeah, they're definitely weaponizing it for sure. Like
and are.
So for vanilla shit, like last month I saw this thing circulating and I thought it would really be fun to talk about. Are you single?
Yes.
Okay.
Great. So this will be great.
Let's do it.
So did you see the list of places that women wouldn't go on the date? Like 1 out of 28?
No, I didn't see that.
Okay. I'm a list of
28.
Now, I think this came about because of the Cheesecake Factory girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, if anybody remembers the flea market dude that I was dating, even though he turned out to be an asshole, he did have money. And our first date was at the Cheesecake Factory. And I remember we were laughing about it because it was like, oh, we know we could eat somewhere better, but like, this is really what we want to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that spot. So when I saw that bitch acting like that, it was crazy. So I want to go through some of these things on the list. But I also, instead of being like places that we hate, I want to talk about places we would love to go on this list. Ready?
I only see 2.
Cheesecake Factory, Applebee's, Chili, Chipotle, Olive Garden, the movies, Your House, any fast food chain, Buffalo Wild Wings, Wingstop, Red Lobster, a buffet, IHOP, Denny's, the gym, church, coffee dates, Starbucks, ice cream dates, family functions, movie night, somewhere that requires a long drive, bowling, nightclubs, hookah bar, a bar just for drinks, Waffle House, sporting event.
Oh, so there's 3. So of this list, I think bowling is great.
Sporting events.
Bowling, sporting events, and a bar just for drinks. Everything else on here. Hookah bar, I guess, falls into a bar just for drinks because sometimes there's hookah there.
I'm good with a movie date too.
I don't want a movie date. Not at this age. I actually want to get to know someone. I think movie dates help people who are socially awkward.
Oh, I'm good at dinner and movies. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah. So a movie by itself, no.
Oh, right. I agree.
I go to the movies with my friends. I'm kind of good on like.
I go by myself.
Yeah, I've done that.
I love going by myself.
I love going to the movies with people.
I like going by myself, but I like going like with my friends. I feel like we are so used to making like movie something that you're supposed to do in a romantic setting, and it's not.
No,
like,
just, that's why going alone just to consume is nice.
I also think it's an amateur date now. Like I'm in my 30s. I don't want to go to the movies.
We're not 16.
I don't like 16.
You know what I mean?
But a friend of mine who's recently single and does make a lot of money told me that he's loving coffee dates right now because he said that he's meeting a lot of women out. And he's like, I understand they may not be meeting a lot of men out, but I'm meeting a lot of women out. And if I'm meeting you for a second and I get your number, I'd rather meet you for coffee.
Right.
Just to be like, okay, cool. Maybe we'll have dinner at a later point in time.
It's also a safe date. It's a safe first date because how many times do you like go out with someone and you like, ooh, nah, this ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
At least it's like kind of like minimal investment. I actually get to know who you are.
But see, coffee to me, I feel like that's way too interviewy. But what's interesting is He had a coffee date today. And me and him were on the phone. He was like, nigga, this bitch just texted me and said, how about dinner instead? He's like, it's fine, I'll make a plan. I was like, oh, her homegirls told her that.
I wouldn't want a coffee date.
Her homegirls went through your page. Her homegirls found out who you are and were like, let him take you to dinner. I was like, if she was cool with a coffee date yesterday and she changed her mind, someone got in her head about, no, he needs to be doing X, Y, Z.
Also, they didn't go on the coffee date.
No, it was supposed to be today.
Oh.
And literally, she was like, let's do dinner instead. And I'm like,
no,
I promise you.
You're supposed to go through with the coffee date and then be like, all right, this was fun. How about dinner next time? But like, just like no dinner instead. Like
no coffee.
Yeah.
No coffee.
I mean, I'm okay like with saying no to coffee.
And I'm not even a coffee drinker, but I still do it if I'm actually trying to get to know the person.
I mean, there is a Starbucks in the meatpacking district here in New York. And I think they have them a few in major cities where there's literally coffee cocktails. And there's like flights of coffee, and it's so
that's cool.
Exactly.
It's so cool.
Yeah,
and you get to see like how it's huge. It literally looks like the Willy Wonka. It looks like the Willy Wonka of a coffee factory.
Yeah,
like,
I think that's why. I think that's honestly why I'm saying I would do a coffee date, because I have a friend who works at Decadent in Chicago, which is a dessert and coffee bistro. So it's like
look at us moving the goalposts.
Yeah, like it's super.
Everybody try some shit out because the coffee's a no. Wait,
let's make it bigger.
I was gonna say the other one that I liked was
I would do
the long
cheesecake.
drive. As someone that has been living between New York and LA, I have had men try to take me on dates in Malibu, and that's about an hour, or Santa Monica, that feels like an hour. And honestly, the long drive, if it's worth it, fine. I also was thinking too, I remember when I was living in Florida, like if someone wanted to take you to the beach, like I think the long drive, it's got to be a good destination.
But this list is for first dates.
Yeah.
I don't even think I feel safe being with somebody on a long drive, sometimes not knowing where you're going.
Yourself, like if it's a...
Oh yeah, I'm not driving long for a date.
I'm okay with that if it's like a beach or like if there's something to see, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Also, so it's Cheesecake Factory's a no for you.
No, I like the Cheesecake Factory.
Okay, so you got a few on this list you would do.
I said like 3 or 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I said bowling. I said sports events.
Bowling.
I said a bar for drinks. And of the food places, I like Cheesecake Factory. They chicken piccata slap, bitch.
Bitch, that's the one.
That is the one thing I motherfucking get. Give me that motherfucking chicken piccata.
I like the buffalo cheese rolls.
Chicken poppers.
Yeah.
My stomach hurts.
The buffalo chicken poppers. That shit fire too. Now I'll take the Cheesecake Factory.
Now what I won't do, and here's why, and I just want a few people to hear this. I do find that, I know some people may say, well, the Applebee's and the Chili's and the Cheesecake Factory, look, something about Applebee's and Chili's feels so casual. Cheesecake Factory is a little more of a step up. At least they fucking dress up a little bit. You know, they got a uniform. I don't know, not a t-shirt. Something about it makes me feel like I am on a better version of a date. I don't know. But the gym. I wouldn't meet someone at the gym. However, I would do like a certain type of workout. Like if we were meeting up to do like some, I don't know, like maybe some class or some shit, that's okay for me too.
Okay.
I went hiking on a first date with someone. I thought that was really dope. Didn't you do that? Oh, that was the pandemic.
It was the pandemic. I wouldn't do that today.
Really?
No.
I'm surprised.
Take me out somewhere. I want to drink, bitch.
I like getting active, so I feel like for me, I would look at it as we're having fun, and I want to see you in that type of setting. So I would definitely do something.
For nightclubs, I did want to tell y'all this. So I went on a first date with a famous person a few nights ago, who we followed each other for a bit, and he was like, "Oh, you're in town?" Like, I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm here for 10 days. Like London got canceled. We should finally meet." He said, "Well, I'm going to be at blah, blah, blah for a drink later." I was like, "Okay, well, let me know where you want me to meet you then." He's like, "Come here, come there." So I'm like, all right, fuck it. I pull up. It's a lounge club. I don't want to say where it is in New York. However, he did have a table. I kind of thought there was going to be bitches there. There were none. He was with 2 homeboys. It was intimate. We sat and talked the whole time. He barely was talking to his friends. And I think when we were in the middle of it, I realized, because he was like, "How's dating for you?" I'm like, "Oh, I've always found that like men maybe don't want to take me serious because of my work. What about you? Like, is dating easy for you?" He's like, "I mean, it's easy to fuck people because I meet a lot of people." And he was like, "So everything kind of just feels like this because it's just a meet." He's like, "But going on a date, like
Yeah,
You know?
that doesn't sound like a date.
Well, it wasn't until afterward, he then, after we were vibing, was like, oh yeah, like I want to see you again. So I realized the coffee date, the nightclub shit, what's happening now with high value men, I'm going to throw up in my mouth. These niggas have so many bitches. Because I was talking to my homeboy like, oh, when I was so-and-so. He's like, oh yeah, like you pulled up on him. I don't think that's crazy. Maybe he already had plans, but he was
That's
like,
a
fuck
pre-date.
it.
I feel like that's a
It's a
pre-date.
fucking
it's a
pre-date.
pre-date.
That's a
And
pre-date.
the coffees are
It's not
pre-date.
But it's not
Yeah.
a date. It's a pre-date. And I think that that's the problem too. Like, I just went on 85 South. Y'all are here.
Mhm.
Somebody thought they took me on a date and it wasn't a date. We were grabbing food. And so I
Grabbing
think that
food
people,
is not a date.
yeah, like it's not a date if I pull up on you and friends are there. That means this is not a date. It's not intimate just because we talk and you ignore your friends. Like, I think these are pre-dates. Let me, maybe see you in person, especially if we met online first.
I'm not mad at it.
Let me pull up on me. I'm going to be outside and there's no pressure. You might be able to have a drink, but to me, there's no pressure doing it that way to just be like, pull up, I'll already be here. I've done that to people hella times.
Yeah.
Like, I'll invite niggas to my show. Pull up to my show because then I want to see if you really
And you know
support
what?
me.
I'ma be honest.
I am notorious for that.
fire.
Yes.
People pull up to my show. I done had about 3-4 niggas never met, pull up to my show. Niggas done drove hours to come to my motherfucking live show.
But here's the thing.
Pull up to my live
and
show.
I'm going to say this, and y'all ain't going to like hearing this, but I'm going to keep it a buck. Mandii, someone should be driving to come and see you. Like, I'm not a regular bitch, bro.
Oh, yeah, or fly to me.
And that nigga
that's what
ain't
it is.
necessarily, he definitely ain't a regular nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I say that to say, I may have not have jumped through that hoop with another person. Maybe I wouldn't pull up on you at the club. However, I know this nigga's busy. And I know we're just chatting. Oh shit, you're in town.
Yep.
I put it on my close friends. I'll be in New York this many days. Oh, word, blah, blah, blah. I understand. Now, I hate to say it because it might sound like it's some bird shit. Like, oh, well, I'm going to do it for this nigga because he's rich or famous or whatever. But it's more so that I understand. When I have a fucking few days in a city, you really do have to come to where the fuck I'm at.
Yep.
You know how many people have met me at my homeboys' parties, Andre Power Party? Come to Link Up, come to this, come to that. Because I do just want to see you. But I say all that to say, we have a date this week. I'm really looking forward to it. There will be no friends there. Also, I'm sure his friends, and which I kind of liked, this really blew my head up. I walked in and his homeboys looked at me and they was like, oh, nigga, we on our own. This bitch is bad.
Period.
That's a good feeling. All right, let's get to the hors d'oeuvre. So we want your sex tip.
She gave us a sex tip.
No, I was going to say, we want your sex tip for sex, not sucking dick. I would love to know what is something you do in bed that makes these niggas or these bitches, I don't know, you fucking go crazy.
I'm kinky. So I pull out a lot of like shit.
Tell me your top
for
two.
Rope. I like tying people up real bad.
You just pulling out the rope?
That really surprised me just now. I was like, oh.
Yeah, like.
Where do you tie men up that make them feel comfortable or safe?
I start off with one hand because men are like,
oh, one hand?
Yeah, like I'll do one hand. Let's restrict this one hand over here.
Oh, and then
I like that.
Yeah,
me too.
Ease into it because they're not gonna sit there and just like, what am I gonna do, right? But I feel like if you ease them into stuff, so where it's like, okay, I feel safe, then
I love this tip.
Yeah,
I like that.
I would like to do that.
As someone who I'm a switch, but I do like to dominate people that typically don't want to, they identify as dom themselves. So I'm like, ooh, I kind of really want to do this with you now. Because if you relinquish that power to me, that means you trust me. And I don't take that for granted. And for me, I'm like, oh, I'm really, like, for me, that just makes the sex, like, it's all the way up here now.
Right.
Because now we have this trusting relationship. So, rope for sure. Mm-hmm. And this is also as someone who likes to be tied up and gagged and all of that as well. Like, I like it, but I really appreciate when someone allows me to do it.
You like to gag niggas?
I have not gagged someone yet. I haven't gotten to that point, but I feel like if you ease into it, they'll damn near let you.
I only done it once, but it was with my foot, so I don't know if that counts.
Like no, but that's crazy.
He's like tried to fit I got it on video too. He like tried to put his whole.
Oh my God, please show us.
No, because it's my ex, and I'm not watching any videos.
And that's damn near the same. It's the same concept.
He literally went to put my whole foot in his mouth, and it was like.
Okay, wait. When you made the video, were y'all like laughing on the couch, or y'all really fucking?
It was in the morning.
You was really fucking.
Oh, we be fucking in the morning, bitch. I told you we was going 8 rounds.
No, not about fucking in the morning. I'm saying like I feel like if I made a video of that, it'd be like, let me see.
Yeah, no, it was like he got up on both knees and I'm like rubbing my feet all over him. And then he goes to start sucking my toes and licking my toes. So mind you, is also playing with my pussy while my foot is in his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And so I literally am like with the phone like this, like, and it's so sexy. And it was a good time. And then literally, so he went from sucking it, so I was like pushing it to go further in his mouth. And he started opening up his mouth wider to fit my whole foot in his mouth.
Yeah.
It was great.
Popped a nigga's teeth and I realized foot play is not for me. I understand a lot of people love my feet. Also, I've opened up like my foot. So I have a TV show called Sex Sells and Fuse. Season 3, November 29th, bitch. Anyway, so basically, the first episode is the only episode, season 1, episode 1. It's the only one you can watch for free so you can get a vibe of the show, which is elevated, by the way. But it is the foot episode. And that has opened me to a demographic of people that I never thought I would see. And I feel guilty because I'm just learning about the business.
Uh-huh.
And niggas really think I'm about this foot life. So, with that said, I had sex with someone that when they had my toes in their mouth, wanted me to like do shit with my foot. And the mouth is so small and my foot is so much bigger than your mouth that I'm like, they're only 7.5. But I still was like, damn, I'm about to hit a tooth. I can feel the tonsil. Like, it was too much. And I think that shit is really an art, bitch. I don't want to kill these niggas.
Yeah, that's funny.
I do.
My second thing, I would say, I'm an exhibitionist, so I like doing stuff in front of people as well.
Me too.
So I really like masturbating in front of somebody, like real bad. Like I've done it in front of women, I've done it in front of men. Like I like.
She said real bad.
Yeah, like
that's hot.
Yeah, I feel like
where are you doing it? Like that's not a sex club.
I mean, just in a bedroom. Like I'll randomly do it in a bedroom. I definitely did it at a sex club, which was fire.
How many people watched you?
Yeah, it was like maybe 30 people.
Oh,
yeah, like it was very and. I made it like a performance almost. Like so I asked the girl to like come and like rub on my titties while I was doing it too. Like it was super sexy.
So when you do it in your bedroom, do you like ask your friends to watch you?
That's what I mean.
Do you have his friends watch you?
So the very first time I masturbated in front of someone, it was a friend. It was a female friend.
Okay.
And she
Wait, like a homegirl for real?
Yeah, like this was a homegirl, but we actually ended up having sex after that. So
I'm sure
like, it just happened. But so she said like, oh, I'm horny. I want to masturbate or whatever. And I was like, God, do your thing. I'm gonna watch TV. Like I was cool because I'm also a voyeur. So it's like, but also I'm like, no, if that's how you wanna be right now, that's perfectly fine. Where you was at? A hotel room? We were at her house.
Oh, I done left my friends and been like, I'm finna go to my room and take a quick nap real quick.
Yeah. I've done that before too. Like when we been out of town and I'm like, I need to leave me alone for a little bit.
I need to go get one off real quick.
Yeah.
Shout out to our tour manager and my best friend Vinny. That nigga, I was having a rough day and he was like, babe, I'm gonna go for a walk. And I texted him. I was like, I actually needed to come. He's like, I know, girl.
Yeah. I love that. So she was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. And she then was like, wait, did you say that you be masturbating for like 20, like 30 minutes? And I was like, yeah, because I'm an edger. So she was like, can I watch you? And I was like,
oh, okay.
Yeah. Like, so then
she was binge checking for you, girl.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
binge check for you.
After the fact, I'm like.
Wait, she said, can I watch you? Y'all are not drunk.
No, I wasn't drunk.
Okay, so you're there.
Drunk.
Are you holding your phone up? You're looking at her. How are you masturbating?
Yeah, so I don't masturbate to porn. I masturbate to my imagination because I feel like I can be as creative as I want. If I know the outcome of something, I'm like, ugh, it kind of ruins it for me. Okay. I want to be able to think of
those are my most intense masturbatory orgasms.
Yes, and like
I need to watch.
Yeah, like I let my mind go wild. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm masturbating and she's watching me. And then eventually she just like moves the toy out of the way and started eating my pussy. And I was like,
well, there you have
this is happening. Like I was just
ladies, that's how you do it if you want to fuck your friends. That's how you do it.
Yeah, like for me, I feel like
bitch, nothing sounds friendly about this.
This sounds very friendly. That's a good friend. That is a good friend.
So for me, I'm someone that if I'm super comfortable with you and you ask me something and I'm like, oh, you know what? That'll be sexy. That'll be lit. Like, I'll do it. And then however that ends is.
Do you have to be attracted to that person to let them watch you?
I feel like I can't be repulsed by them.
No one has a face in the sex club to me. Everyone can watch. I don't care what they look like.
That's interesting. Because I say that because like I was thinking about it and I was like, I was in a sex club and I remember thinking, oh, I can't have sex in this room because I don't want to fuck anyone in here. And I was like, if I'm not...
I've been to sex clubs a couple times in Chicago and I've never actually had sex at a sex club. I've only actually masturbated or watched people. And
I just watch now.
Yeah,
and
like
I enjoy watching.
Yeah.
And I even enjoy watching people that I wouldn't fuck. Like, the way like two bodies come together, like the intimacy, I think.
Who is this?
When I took Antoinette to a sex club for the first time, I think that's what she enjoyed most. She said, everyone looks like they're making love. Everyone is so passionate. Like, it doesn't look just like a fuck house.
Yeah.
Like, everyone was just, literally, they were making love. They were massaging each other. They were slow stroking. And she was like, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
She was like, this is not at all what I imagined. I mean, there's only very few nights where they allow single men. So
I will
most
say
of the times the men are there with women.
That you're talking about, though, it's not necessarily, you know, if you guys have a sex club in your town or something like that, it may not necessarily come like that. You know, the sex clubs that we've been going to, I would say,
and it depends on the day.
It does depend on the day. Does depend on the day.
But these particular sex clubs that, you know, you've been going to are curated by people that do care about their community.
Yeah.
There are definitely sex clubs that, even that I've covered for work.
I've shared trapeze in Atlanta. Y'all won't ever catch me there again.
Oh, like, no.
Like, I've shared other clubs I've been
There's
to.
definitely some experiences that can be a little more abrasive. And I think that you kind of got to go into it. So maybe for Antoinette, I don't know her well, but I would assume that maybe she would enjoy something like that more than something super raw. But what's interesting is I actually think some women, when they're going to a sex club, the two that I've spoken to recently that just had a little moment, they were like, oh, because I'm in a relationship and I have sex intimately, I liked seeing the gangbang. I like seeing the train. Like, you almost want to see the wild shit. So I think for myself, I just wanted to see someone I would want to fuck. That kind of made it hard for me. Because I was like, damn, if I'm going to be watched, I want to know, like, maybe I'm fantasizing
That's
about
why
you
I like going with partners. I never want to fuck guys in the sex club.
Yeah.
I like to come with my very attractive partner.
I was with a good-looking nigga, though. But I was fucking. But I just didn't want to fuck my nigga with ugly people. Okay, so I want to go through whole facts really quick. I just did an HIV awareness dinner with Black influencers in Central Florida with a company called Talk, Test, Treat. And when I posted it, the dinner's called Risky. And it's just about conversations about how you can be at risk. And somebody was like, well, why is the conversation with Black women and calling their sex risky? But what was so dope about it was I learned so much about our own risk. So I just wanted to share these few facts. The HIV rate amongst Black women is 12 times higher than compared to white women. Black women continue to be disproportionately impacted by HIV. Nearly 60% of new HIV infections are from Black women, despite that Black women make up less than 15% of the female population. So I just wanted to bring that up because there are so many at-home kits for HIV. You also have to opt into HIV testing. Every time I get tested, they do not test me for HIV. I have to ask. I literally, for my last test, when I asked for HIV testing, he said, oh, are you involved in any sex work? And I was like, why is that relevant to me wanting an HIV test?
Right.
And he literally took his words back. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. It's just, you know, most of the time HIV people, like HIV testing is a lot of homelessness or, you know, people using street drugs or sharing needles. I was like, I'm a woman in the world having sex with men.
Period.
And that's I feel like that's problematic that it isn't normalized. Like, everybody should get tested for everything. And we should be very comfortable having these conversations. That is why the rates are so high, because people are like, oh, well, I don't think I should be tested. No, like, get tested.
And that's literally like the dinner. And it's not a dinner you guys can come to. I didn't know that when I did it last time, but it's really just influencer so we can influence everybody to talk about it. So I would implore you to talk about it with your daughters, your sons, and encourage your friends and family to, you know, have some HIV dialogue. All right. Now, let's get into the horrible decision.
Yes.
I really want to hear about some of your horror stories with sex. I want to hear about some crazy moments. I want to know it all because as someone who's so sexually free and open, I know you've got some tea. So give us the one that comes to mind.
I mean, having sex while driving is always lit.
Who was driving?
Girl. Y'all be careful on these roads out here.
Yeah, be careful, but it's something like I get off on the danger of doing something like that. Like that's
but you're putting a lot of other people's
laugh in the face of
lives at
danger
risk too.
I do like sucking dick while niggas driving.
Yeah, and I feel like that's more risky. Yeah. So
how you did that?
So the first time I did it, I was facing him. So he was in control. That was way more dangerous.
I've done that. That's way more dangerous
than the second time that I did it. So the second time I did it, he was like under me and I was this way. So I was in control of the steering wheel while I was riding.
Oh, you were riding dick on?
Yeah.
What size car was this?
A Tesla.
Okay. Was he a little man?
It better have been a Tesla. Why? Let me ask you something.
I have a Y. Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Because I have a Model 3. I can't do it. It's too low. I think that if I'm thinking about someone fucking while driving, I always imagine a dude driving, a girl, like in heterosex, and a girl facing the back seat. Fucking, right? Like, but when you just said you were sitting on a dick driving, that's kind of fire.
Yeah.
That feels less risky.
Yeah. Like, and
who was pushing the pedals?
I was. So, yeah, like, I'm literally doing everything. Because he was like, oh, I'm going to die. It's like, no, relax. Don't say that. We're not. I know exactly what I'm doing. So, I literally, I put it into drive, and then I put it on cruise control. That way, anytime I needed to, like, put my foot on
driving in the Tesla.
So, no, it wasn't self-driving. Like, it was just on cruise control. That way, if I needed to stop, like, I could just put a foot down on the pedal. So, I'm still very mindful of what's going on.
Have you ever had an orgasm like that?
No, he didn't let us finish. He was like, no, let's pull over. Yeah. Like, but we were doing it for a good, like, 15 minutes. So we were like riding down Lakeshore Drive.
I could go for some car sex. I'm not going to
This was highway driving or street driving?
Highway driving.
Because you know you can't do no motherfucking red light, green light.
It'll be too much going on. So what we got like to like a block away from the expressway, and I was like, all right, cool. Let's prepare ourselves for this. So it was very much planned. Like I was like, wow.
Have you ever had an embarrassing moment during sex?
Embarrassing.
Or maybe an embarrassing moment on the other end. Have you ever had someone embarrassed during sex with you and just been like really shy? Or like, tell me about maybe an awkward or uncomfortable moment you've had.
I definitely feel like it was this one time I was getting head in my car.
Do you have a home?
Yeah, I really like car sex. I really like car sex. Like, there's a lot of people that don't like car sex.
I'm back to the, like, how big are these niggas? The niggas I be fucking are way too big for, like, car sex, for real. Like,
nah, they can make it work.
I was gonna say, but also I'm small. So even if they're bigger than me, because I'm...
Like, I can never drive. Like, my ex was 6'7" and had a really big truck. And we would have to literally lay down the seats, push one all the way. Like, we would have to literally create space, even in the back seat, for us to be able to do anything.
Yeah.
And still sometimes a door would have to be left open or something. Like, we would normally do it after the beach, but it would take moving a lot of shit to make room.
Yeah, but 6'7" he's huge.
Yeah.
So, yeah, neither one of these people were
that big.
That fucking big. No, it definitely, you run into some issues. But again, with me being, I'm 5 feet, I'm like, I can move around. Like, I can really maneuver in a car.
She's really fun size, y'all.
Yeah, so, and we be having fun.
Oh, wait, tell me about the head.
So, what made it awkward was that he was giving me head, and then he like pulled his dick out, and then I looked at it and I was like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm not doing that."
Wait, why? What did it look like? What was on
like a pencil dick.
Oh, you just didn't like how it was shaped.
Yeah, like
you told him verbatim.
No, I didn't. I was like, "Oh no, I think it's like."
Wait, you said, "Oh no, I need to know how you got out of the dick is pulled out the pants, sis." You look at it, you don't like it. What exactly was your reaction to not do it?
And never fuck it again.
No, but she said, "Ooh, no."
Yeah,
I need to know what exactly was it.
I couldn't.
How exactly did you say? Yeah, no, that's not going in my mouth.
Like, I've had a Tic Tac today, and I don't want another one.
Yeah, so I didn't suck his dick. I didn't. I was like, oh, actually, it's getting late. Like, I just finessed out of the entire situation.
Oh,
I'm like,
he definitely knows.
I'm pretty sure because we never did anything after that. So, yeah, I finessed
Tell me
my
about
way
a
out of it.
memorable group sex story or threesome or something that maybe either you orchestrated or you got pulled in it.
Okay. So, my favorite threesome was with a married couple.
Okay.
It was super lit. Like, me and the woman, we had met when I had hosted like a dungeon party. And she was like, oh, let's be friends now. And I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, Scorpio.
She looked at you and
like,
said,
she was another
you
Scorpio.
better fuck my nigga.
So just vibing off like her birthday a couple days before mine. I'm like, okay, Scorpio sister, like we vibing. And then she was like, oh, me and some people, we all going to the strip club. This was like maybe a week or so after I had met her. And she was like, oh, we going to a strip club later. You want to slide? And I was like, sure, I ain't doing nothing. So go to her house. Her husband, they're there. Another couple was going to come to the club, and they actually did come to the club. But I was like, I'm not finna drive in, y'all drive in.
Right.
So I'll just park my car at y'all house. I'll hop in the car with y'all. We can go to the club. So we goes to the club, vibing at the club. Her husband like, you hungry? I'm paying for everything. And I'm like, yeah,
he
sure,
knew exactly what to do.
Calamari,
Yeah.
right? So
He knew he was doing.
yeah, like, we eating. He like, you still hungry? I'm like, yeah, actually, I'll take this too. Like, we eating, we drinking. Then now I'm getting like a little tipsy. We goes in the bathroom, like me and the two ladies that were there, and the guys, they just like there. So I'm the only person that's there single and solo. We in the bathroom and we just having girl talk. We in there talking about sucking dick, all just talking.
And she brought up her big ass nigga's dick.
No, that's not what happened. She talked about how like she doesn't like sucking dick. And I was like, oh, I love it.
I'm a neck doctor. What are you? A neck what?
A nectician.
Nectician.
So she says that again. I'm like, I'm having regular casual conversation to me because I casually talk about sex. So then it gets later, the one couple leaves because she was like, oh, I got homework, and because she in nursing school, whatever. She like, I gotta leave. So then we are still together, and then I'm like, all right, yeah, it's getting late. I need to get to my car so I could bounce anyways. So I gets in the backseat because that's where I was the first time we came here. But the wife gets in the backseat with me. So the husband is driving.
Oh, they orchestrated that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know at what point.
Just know they orchestrated that.
They orchestrated it when she met you in a dungeon.
So did.
Probably.
They orchestrated that.
So we in the back seat, and then like next thing I know, she like rubbing on my titties, and I'm like, well, I got nice titties. I'm still not like, all right, whatever. And then we started kissing in the back seat. So now we kiss, and I'm
car
like,
sex again. You see this bitch?
Look, girl, get a room. Get you a room, girl.
So we kissing. The next thing I know, the husband starts speeding.
He said,
like,
let's get the fuck on.
Hey, yo, in the back seat, really like, and we just back to kissing, and then he pulls into his garage. He swings the door open. So now, like, he grabbed my face, he kissed me, and I'm like rubbing on. I'm like, oh, this is happening. So we didn't even make it in the house yet. We just in their garage. Then we had to go into the house. So it was, yeah.
I'm glad y'all made it to a room.
Yeah,
That's hot.
Wow.
we eventually made it to the room, and it was super. It was lit.
What made the threesome so much better than the others you had?
I would say just honestly, it was probably the vibe that me and the wife had.
Right.
Because
connecting with the woman.
Yeah.
You see?
I only have threesomes if I connect with the woman.
Right.
Like I did have a bad threesome experience when I did connect with the woman because she got super weird after the fact.
Oh, she got jealous, maybe?
Yeah.
She was like, this bitch be sucking that dick.
Yeah, like it was super
And you trying to show my nigga,
and it's like, no, I'm showing up how I show up. And I feel like
she said, I woke up like this.
Yeah, like
that's literally what she just said. I woke up like this.
She said that shit like a nigga be like, no, I treat women. I'm showing out like I show up.
How I show up. Show up how you show up, and let's all just enjoy the experience
Bitch,
together.
that's real. I think finally what I would want to know. So you describe yourself as a voyeur and exhibitionist.
Mm-hmm.
For people that may not be in the lifestyle scene or able to access a sex club, how are some ways that they can, I don't know, kind of tap into that a little bit? Where's a way? Where's a
Ask your friends.
Well, no.
Ask your friends.
Not
because
just
that's
friends.
literally, I feel like that's literally how I realized that
That you
I
enjoyed
actually
it.
am because I literally asked someone if I could watch them have sex way before I even went to
I've done that to my
a
friends.
sex
Yeah.
club.
Was
And
it
then
a man, woman?
first it was a man. I asked one of my we were like talking to each other that night or whatever. He was like, "Oh man, these two chicks I met at the club, they trying to take me down." I was like, "Can I come watch that? Like, I want to watch."
Male friends are probably one of the easiest. Of course, you got to make sure the girl knows I'm just coming to watch type of situation.
Yeah.
But I've had homeboys literally like FaceTime me and Snapchat me while they're having sex as well to
Exactly.
watch.
So
Homeboys?
if you say,
I've had homeboys do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that homie shit though?
I mean,
Why
for
not?
niggas that be like, I be getting these hoes, like, it's a part of that.
if a guy has ever shared their sex video with somebody,
Don't they want to fuck me?
They probably do, but a lot of
I was
homies
gonna
want to
say,
fuck.
Exactly.
They just not fucking because you friends on them. But they definitely, a lot of times, will fuck if you let them.
I have a homeboy that has a sex tape that my other friends seen that I refuse to see because I think I'm gonna want to fuck that nigga if I see it.
But women too, I think friends has been the easiest way for me to inch into knowing that I enjoy either being watched or watching.
Yes.
And I think you're not going to ask your coworkers, you're not going to ask family members. Outside of the sex club, the easiest way is for some of the people that you choose to have into your life and the people that you trust the most, and those are friends.
Exactly. I totally agree with that. Like, whether it be, all right, you asking somebody for a video of them or they're off. Like, so with me, if I say like, oh man, I sucked the shit out of some dick last night, and the girl like, ooh, let me see the video because I know you got
girl,
footage.
let me show you, girl. I love showing off my pegging videos. I do the same.
Yeah.
That's
like,
crazy.
You wanna watch? I do.
I think your pegging videos though, like many people don't get to see. Like we've seen a dick sucking video. A lot of people never
I be like,
seen.
here, let me show you how this nigga took my dick.
Yeah.
So what I was gonna say though, if it's not for like involving other people, what's a vanilla way somebody can get into it? Whether it be like, what kind of public sex would you recommend? Things like that. I want to start baby steps.
Yeah.
Because like,
I think
even think involving friends is like next level.
You think?
Really?
I think that's baby steps.
Baby steps.
That's baby steps.
I definitely think it's baby steps.
Bro,
I
that
think
is baby steps.
I think the sharing of videos is like the first layer.
These are very
being
baby
on
steps.
FaceTime is probably the next layer. And then
having them in the room.
Like,
there was layers
Damn,
here.
I thought you were going to say a hotel balcony, but okay, girl. Y'all are being.
Oh, no, that's public. Someone can record. That type of stuff is now being leaked onto the internet.
Yeah.
Like,
damn, you know.
Public sex is risky now because people have their phones out and don't respect anyone's privacy. They're not just watching.
Exactly.
They're pulling out their phone to be like,
that's
y'all, look what I see.
To me, like, that's the way to get it off when you're like, maybe the risk of getting caught type thing. So that's why that came to mind. I did actually, before we get down here, I know I said it was the last thing, but I saw a clip of you talking about how you went on a mission to have sex with every Zodiac sign. Best worst. Let's talk about it.
Sorry. Bitch, I can't.
What's your Zodiac sign?
Scorpio.
I'm weak.
Oh, when's your birthday?
November 21st.
Okay.
Good.
Damn, Thanksgiving
Which
shit.
Zodiac sign had the best dick? The worst dick.
Maybe
the
People be asking me that
I know. This is why I'm like,
bitch, I gotta know.
Bitch.
We all want to know. Everybody listening to this goddamn show right now.
And I bet you we all have different answers. I done fucked a lot of Zodiac signs.
I mean, but I'm curious to hers.
So I would say I have not fucked an Aries that didn't have a big dick.
Wow.
I would say that.
What month is that even?
That's is like March going into April.
Okay.
So I have not fucked an Aries that didn't have a big dick.
Okay.
The Scorpio that I had sex with, very toxic sex. For sure. Like super toxic, super
same with me.
Intense. And Pisces was fire. Pisces was fire.
Men are different. Men and women are different in the bedroom.
I actually prefer
Zodiacs.
I prefer Scorpio women over Scorpio men.
Okay, see that's what I'm
Why is that?
There's a difference.
It's a difference. The vibe is there, but for some reason, what happens after the sex is like completely like.
Well, they were two different people.
Yeah. So, yeah, I definitely prefer Scorpio. And I feel like Scorpio women are freakier than Scorpio men.
Who have you had bad sex with?
Bad sex. Virgo.
I don't think I've ever had a Virgo man.
Yeah.
I haven't
Virgo
either.
be super like underwhelming. Like I be underwhelmed with Virgo.
I had my most intense sex with a Pisces and an Aquarius,
Aquarius.
signs, all water signs.
Aquarius and Libra for me.
Those are air signs. So, I actually like air signs. So that's
Aquarius
air signs,
and Libra are air?
Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini are all air signs.
Okay.
They very much like, all right, they kind of come with whatever.
And do. I don't know. Yeah, but whatever the Zodiacs mean, it also was just them niggas, big dicks and hoes.
Them niggas wasn't shit.
Yeah.
Them niggas was just big dicks with hoes.
Tell people where to find you, Jody, and if you have any events coming up in November, where can people listen, find you? Yeah, all
Yeah,
that.
sure. So I'm on Instagram. That's where I frequent. So my IG is JODYPRHOEVOCATIVE. I spell it with hoe in the middle because I feel like we all should embrace our inner hoe.
Well, pronounce your Instagram.
Yes, Jody Provocative. Phonetically, it's still provocative. It's just the hoe is
Jody
Cute.
Provocative.
yeah.
Where does the hoe fit into that?
PRHOE. The O is replaced with a hoe.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. Heard that.
That's cute.
Heard that.
So, on Instagram, the Provocative Podcast is wherever you listen to podcasts, Apple, Spotify.
Is that spelled the same way?
Yes,
And we'll-
PRHOEVOCATIVE.
We'll put it in the
description.
Yep.
What do you talk about on your podcast?
All things sex.
I love it.
Yeah, like whether it be from a sexual health perspective, because I actually had Dr. Rachel on there. So like I talk about sex health. I talk about kinks. Had like Daddy have Jessette and Jasmine on there.
I love it.
I also tell my own story. So like if I had like a wild night, I get real into it on there.
Great.
So
I love storytelling
yeah,
podcasts.
yeah.
I love that. Well, y'all, if y'all want to support Whoreible Decisions, make sure you head on over to Patreon. Go to patreon.com/Whoreible Decisions. We have some dope content coming your way. We're
And
like
most of our solo
revamping it.
content too.
Yeah, we're revamping it a bit, so y'all will see different
I said that like it was porn.
different types of content that we record, but also a lot of BTS from our Climax tour. So if you want to go see some behind the scenes footage, getting prepared for a lot of those shows that we had during the Climax
There's
tour,
that one
go
fight we
on
got in
there.
the car. You guys should click on that. The title's Mandii Weezy getting a fight in a car. It's only $50.
I don't remember that.
I'm joking.
Oh, I'm like, okay, look, I'm like,
Wait,
when was that? Y'all, so go on over to patreon.com/Whoreible Decisions, and we will see y'all next week, pussy assholes. Thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of Whoreible Decisions.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.